our next speaker, and Dr. Syed Adnan Qasim. He is currently serving as the Registrar and Director Academics of National University of Technology, Islamabad, Pakistan. He is basically a mechanical engineer, but he's a friend with mathematicians, and he is paving ways to bring the outcome-based research in Pakistan, mashallah. And he is also associated with the BZU for the BZU Core Engine Design Group, and he has supported all the way to us. And he has the honor of having so many implementations of university industry linkage system. So we are very honored to have you, sir, here, and we would like to hear from you about this designing and implementation of the university industry linkages system. And also he will join us for the panel discussion after his talk as well. So, sir, the floor is all yours. Thank you so much. Dr. Syed Adnan Qasim Saab, if you can.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Sir, we can hear you. Also, we can see you, and we can see your slides also.
Okay.
You may please continue.
Thank you very much, Dr. Faiza. I really feel honored and elevated with this very good introduction. Today, I'll be talking about academia industry linkages in the context of CASPAM. As I understand today, that today we'll be interacting with the people from mathematics. And as there's a very famous saying that the world has always been the world of mathematics, the world is always the world of mathematics, and most likely the world will remain the world of mathematics. So with this connotation, I must say that I congratulate all the experts, brilliant minds, and potential innovators from CASPAM and all those who are part of it. Today, I have an opportunity to talk about industry academy linkages. I call this AIL, and that is academia industry linkages. Why do we need to talk about academia industry linkages in Pakistan, especially in a center called CASPAM? There is a very genuine reason. Mathematics is primarily a unifying science. And once we talk about science, we talk about two types of strong foundation of theoretical science, you need mathematics. And to have a very strong foundation and growth of applied science that involves engineering, IT, and any other type of applied sciences, as we know, that all are covered under mathematics. So once we talk about applied sciences, we talk about industry and society. All over the world, it is the industry which generates wealth for the nations, and that wealth comes in the form of exports, value-added exports, tremendous amount of exports, and those exports actually create wealth for the nations, bring prosperity to the citizens and the industries, and because of those industries, the nations are labeled as knowledge economy and industry-based advanced nations. So with this premise, I come over to today's world, a very brief overview. So my dear mathematicians, let me tell you, although I'm a mechanical engineer, my entire research is based on mathematical modeling, process modeling, and such an amazing, fantastic field of mathematics that actually gives you a unique distinction among all other departments, all other faculties, and all other disciplines of knowledge. That today, once we talk about technology, so today's world is the world of technology. We now understand that technology leads modern world advancements. And these advancements owe their creation and development to mathematics. So advancement generate wealth, and this wealth is in the form of hundreds of billions of dollars of exports. Universities, they create, this is very important, develop, promote, export, and transfer technologies in the nations. And they do all this for their national industries. Industries flourish and businesses prosper due to the university's R&D support. And as I told you in my initial premise, that it is basically whatever you do as researchers, you have to have mathematics behind it. So mathematicians are the directors who actually run the show, and all others are the actors. So if you want to move forward and you want to develop your industry and society at large, you have to be a very good mathematician, and you have to do whatever the world is doing right now. So universities become vital bridge between government and industry for strong economy. And in the universities, the prime role is of mathematicians. So we have a strong triple helix of academia, industry, government relationship. Why academia industry linkages in Pakistan? Why do we need it? We have now, according to one estimate, 206 universities and higher education institutions in Pakistan. But the ground reality is we are on the verge of welcoming fourth industrial revolution. And the state is that we have a youth bulge, an age bracket of 16 years to 30 years. More than 55% of our population comes in this bracket. But we have an exponentially rising unemployment, declining exports, struggling industry, slowdown of national economy, and ill-prepared industry for this revolution. So it is a national cause now. You want to survive? Today, as for the statistics of last year, we had record exports, $25 billion, against record imports of $60 billion. So there is a wide gap. You are earning 25 rupees, but your expenditures are 60 rupees. How will you survive? So your economy is loan-ridden, and you have to convert it to knowledge-driven through technology-based value addition. And this is only possible once you do process modeling of industrial processes, systems, the work and the hardcore research, and design new systems through multidisciplinary research. And then mathematics have to take a lead role. In all developed countries, the leading universities are real strength of their industries through the creation and development of innovative technologies. Universities design and develop value-added products. And Pakistani universities must do real efforts to revive our industry and take us to the new heights of glory for strengthening national economy. It may appear little different, may something very strange for the mathematicians, but I tell you, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, this is very much in sync with what is the need for the mathematicians to do wonderful jobs, wonderful work for the industry. Our academic systems have to be aligned and tailored as per the best practices of world ranking, top ranking universities. We have Stanford, Technical University of Germany, KAIST of Korea, and so many. We need to couple our teaching with the industry-based problems, solution-based projects, and research for the creation and development, promotion of existing, emerging, and future technologies indigenously. Let me tell you, global academia industry linkage based education. Just see, the developed nations, they have invested in human resource to become technology intensive through innovation value addition in industry products. So what is happening is that USA is number one. We have top ranking universities. Japan, technology index number 2. Once we talk about technology index, basically it represents the inputs. It is based on the inputs and outcomes of research of their universities to convert or transform an idea into an industrial product. So and the mathematicians, they take the lead role. Coming over to the engagement system for CASPAM, I come over to the straight away to the topic, the point. We all understand there is no academia industry linkage in our country right now. Whatever is there, it is just more of a cosmetic nature, a lip service. People normally do not have the real understanding as why this link is not there. And what is the issue? There are different hypotheses, there are different myths which are contrary to the reality on ground. Before I propose the system, let me share with you some very basic common sense understanding of the issue. Why industry does not go to the universities, as we see in the West? Why they do not approach the universities to do some good work for them and multiply their profits? Ladies and gentlemen, just think for a moment. I am an industrialist. I have invested, let's say, 10 crore rupees on setting up a manufacturing unit, and my profits are, let's say, 50 lakh per year, or let's say 1 crore per year. I'm very comfortable. I'm enjoying my life. Why do I need to go to a university and tell them to work for me and do something really good? Because I have not seen any evidence in the last 73 years of any one success story in this country of that nature, where a profit of say 50 lakh or 1 crore is converted into 20 crore or 50 crore in 2 to 3 years time. So they have no trust, they have no understanding, they have not seen it. So they do not know about it. What are the capabilities? What they have seen is that our universities, our colleges, our schools, they teach, they give certificates and degrees, and the person after that joins the queue of unemployed who want to seek job of meager few thousand rupees, and that's it. They know they are educated people and they just go and do some office work, and that's all. So a mathematician can teach mathematics, a physicist can teach physics, and they can be good school teachers, college teachers, and that's it. What is their contribution towards industry? Because they've not seen it, they do not know it, they do not know about it. What I'm saying right now is with conviction, because we have had these type of relationship with the industry and we learned a lot while engaging them. So if an university wants to engage the university industry, what they have to do, a common sense question and a common sense answer. आप किसी को जानना चाहते हैं, आप किसी के साथ काम करना चाहते हैं, उससे कोई बेनिफिट लेना चाहते हैं, think like a marketeer. What marketeer does, एक marketing company, marketing professionals have great values. Our academicians have to think like that. What we have to do is that we have to see what is an industry. ये industry क्या है? ये manufacturing unit है. Which type of processes they undertake, which type of product they are making, and identify your potential role in all these processes, in all these systems. And it will be a great, pleasant surprise. Once you go through that exercise, you will find that as mathematicians, you have a great tool in your hand. You can model all the phenomena, you can model all the processes, you can model the systems, and there are great softwares. There's a very strong industrial mathematics domain, which is what dominates in the entire global industry. So once you learn about those processes, as a mathematician, you have to just model those phenomena, and you have all the right necessary tools available to you. So first of all, you have to learn about the industry. You have to understand their systems, you have to understand their processes, and how they may manufacture certain products, certain types of products. So once you learn about that, you have to see how these products are developed, how these processes are they occur, and what you need to learn to model those processes, those systems. So if you want to learn the physics of that process or a system, your tool is available to is the modeling tool. So you have to identify the problem, and you have to formulate that, and you think that whatever they are producing, how can they develop a better product. So if you want to develop a better product, So they have to first model this phenomena, and they have to learn how to optimize the different parameters and variables during the process. And you can suggest a solution. You don't need physical labs. What you need to do is you have to just need high speed, high performance computing, and you need certain softwares, and you work on those softwares, and then you develop those processes. So as CASPAM, I'll focus on that the Honorable Director may devise a comprehensive system of continuous and supported academic engagement of CASPAM with the industry for innovative research, such as successful products development and subsequent commercialization. For this, the director and also for smooth exercise of his powers, broad parameters of this domain are shown. For instance, what we can do is that academic researchers may be directed to seek technology-driven output-based projects without considering financial sponsorship. This is the first rule and principle of marketing. Don't ask for financial rewards straight away on the first meeting. Rather, do not even discuss. You have to tell them you are there to support them. You are there to voluntarily help them. You want that they should multiply their profits exponentially in the minimum time. So once you do that, then they will start listening to you, what you are saying. And you then tell them, you have to educate the industry. You have to tell them that this is how the world moves, where the solutions come from the universities. And we have the tools, the right tools available, we have the right minds available. We can do something really good for you. All tiers of academic scholarship from bachelor to graduate and postdoctoral levels, you may be primed for integrated group-based research engagement. An appropriate reward mechanism commensurate with the corresponding tiers of engagement may be ensured. The concept of service to the society needs to be promoted once you engage with the industry. Through academic engagements, the academic engagement will align itself in creating entrepreneurs. So every student at CASPAM, whether an undergrad or a graduate student, may be considered as a potential entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is a person who learns about the industry first and then establishes his own setup to create jobs and do something really good, develop products. And I tell you very frankly and honestly that being a mathematician, it is much easier to do it than even for the engineers and even for people of natural sciences, other natural sciences. It is very easy that mathematicians can do it. Then the dean of the university or the director at CASPAM, they may bridge the gap with the industry through academic engagement. And there are different forms. You have a collaborative research model, you have contract research model, consulting and advising, complementary networking with the practitioners and technology transfer-based knowledge sharing with the industry. Then sincere efforts to transform effective measures to the concept of academic events so that university may become an agent for the industrial development on knowledge base and to facilitate the transformation from inefficient to this. Then academic engagement in the industry work, industry research, long-term relation, you can establish that, you can chips, and then industrial customer. You have to consider your industry as your customers. So it's a client relationship. So you have to consider them as your clients, as your potential customers, and then you have to work accordingly. Coming over to higher education programs and salient features. So I'll just deliberate upon that. For example, academic vision. Once we talk about academia industry relationship, and we talk about that relationship, how that needs to be developed. So for that, we need to create an academic vision at CASPAM. We have to create, develop, and promote technology. This has to be our top priority part of the vision, that one day we'll be doing it. And then we have to study the top-notch universities and then see what we can do. Then develop and transform industry through research, innovation, scholarship, and character. Design knowledge ecosystem, regular academic audit, that what we as mathematicians are doing to develop a knowledge ecosystem. And then whatever we are teaching and whatever we are doing research, how our programs are beneficial for the society and industry. And academic and research pursuits must be aligned with the national and international industry needs. So that means that we need to incorporate the study of different industries, different setups that which exist in the surroundings, and learn more about that as part of the applied knowledge. Then quality management system. This is also suggested, where apart from focusing on quality tools which are only related to the academic standards, we must see that as mathematicians, how we can incorporate the standards of the industry. That implies that as a mathematician, if I can process a model, I can model a process in industry, I can do some quality checks, develop a system, and then present it to the industry. Will that solve the purpose of, will that solve a particular problem of the industry? And if the industry is satisfied, so you can really deliver on that. Secondly, all over the world, there are standards for the industry in every process and every system. Unfortunately, in the last more than 7 decades, we have not worked on developing any industry standards. And let me assure you that all these standards are defined by academia, our universities. And these standards cannot be defined until unless either you do extensive experimentation or you do modeling of every process and every system. And once you do that, only then you can suggest real good solutions to the industry. And third aspect is character building. Whatever you do, you have to do it with utmost honesty and sincerity and professionally. You have to do it professionally. The word is professional. So as a professional researcher, as a professional academician, as professional learner, as student, or as a scholar, how will you work on developing industry standards, processes, and systems by adopting problem formulation-based modeling approach? And then our classroom learning needs to be tailored with the theoretical foundation of the concepts, application in the lab. So every mathematics class, theoretical class needs to be blended with labs, use of softwares, working on software, developing different programs and algorithms which should be made in sync with taught topics in the class. Then the industry, the students must be motivated. There has to be a system where they go in the industry and see how those mathematical concepts can be applied on different processes, systems, and machinery. Then they have to learn about those application of those concepts in the context of global industry. And then we have a seminar culture that every student has to present what he learned in the class, what he learned on software in the lab, what he learned in the industry, what the world is doing, and how mathematics is all encompassing as far as national and international industry is concerned. So what I propose that we need in our undergraduate programs, a 4-week term and an 8-week term, an incentive to the students. So the students, undergrad students, in a break between 2 semesters, there are 2 breaks. We have a fall semester and a spring semester. So we have a break in between. There is time available in all the universities, and we also have summer vacations. So as incentive, the students may be encouraged to go in the industry and do some useful work over there. That is, they have to model the smallest process in the industry. And they have to think of creating something for them through process modeling and simulations. Similarly, for the summer, if they go there and do some real good work over there, so they need to be rewarded accordingly. Then we have to create learning communities. In the first year of our undergrad students at CASPAM, they should learn, they exchange ideas, discussions, how the different industries have different processes and how the world has converted them into different models. A lot of information is available on the net. There are complete blogs, there are web pages, there's systems where the student need to be motivated and directed to study all those under the supervision of their faculty and learn about those different ideas. Then in the second year, they may be directed to interact with the local industrialist, their GM, general manager level people, their quality people who are involved in the checking the quality of those systems, and their HR, human resource, whatever they expect from the students, from the graduates for their respective industries. And then leadership program. The CASPAM students may be asked in their third year of academics to learn about the different industrial processes, their production and control systems, and model those phenomena. And similarly, we need to move to 2 years of undergraduate research program at our undergraduate level, and where the focus has to be the blending of mathematics with the industry and their systems. Coming over to the research system, we need to create technology-based research groups and multidisciplinary groups at a later stage where we can invite the faculty from other departments. But I think at CASPAM that can be done comfortably as far as research groups are concerned, at least at CASPAM level, and where the blend of pure mathematicians, applied mathematicians under their faculty can engage the industry and identify the areas and work for them. We also suggest an innovation center or a park or a lab or a section to support and this creation of emerging philosophy is that creativity is the essence of industrial and societal development. As mathematics was itself a great creative activity of all times. It was mathematics which, through the help of numbers and digits, translated very cumbersome, very philosophical phenomena into reality. So it is all creativity. So we have to bring in creativity in our thinking as mathematicians, and we have to encourage creativity and innovation among our students. So we have to translate our outcomes in the form of creative action. So I am available, and inshallah, if provided an opportunity, I can give a special talk on this concept of innovation in mathematics teaching and learning. And the idea is we call it project to product conversion. We have a wish, an idea, convert it into an idea, plan it, design it, implement, and then the industry takes over. With national organizations, we can, as CASPAM, we can engage all these organizations. They've got very good lab, very brilliant minds. And for the multidisciplinary research, I think you need to engage these institutions. With new tech and collaboration with the national industry, we have a forum at New Tech. Alhamdulillah, in the last 3 years, we have been able to successfully engage the industry, the national industry. It gives me an immense pleasure to tell you that 21 industry associations and chambers are now our partners. So we suggest a similar model for CASPAM, that we can have industry forums, focal persons, working groups, industrial advisory committees, industry advisory board, and joint technology platforms. And for that, we can have a policy forum, a coordination forum, skills development forum. That skills implies different certifications, which every student of mathematics may be encouraged to undertake those certifications, which are even available on net, some of them. some are paid in, certifications, some are unpaid. And there's a long list of certifications which are available. They call it skills. So any undergrad student from mathematics department, graduate student even, they can do those courses, certifications, which are primarily modeling the industrial process and systems, and they are part of industrial mathematics. So, and they can engage the industry through this and do the certification according to their needs. Then technology advising forum, and then labs, industry labs, how you can upgrade those labs. How can you bring modeling and simulation based software in those labs and improve their qualities? And you can create such type of forums, and you can create WhatsApp groups to do that. Similarly, at the departmental level, we can have curriculum advisory committees, curriculum alignment, industry students, project designing, focused faculty research, and advice-based academic systems. Joint collaboration forums we can create with the industry, and industry is very forthcoming on those aspects. Once we discuss those things with them, and once they are convinced, they can be your partners. Similarly, policies forum, you can create that, and you can advise the industry through mathematical modeling and simulations that if a policy is created, what impact it will create after 5 years or 10 years in the national industrial development. Then we have the development forum technologies. Again, that's a long way, but that is a very good beginning can be made. Our industry desperately needs technologies. And I tell you that the fourth industrial revolution is primarily considered as technology which are IT based. But once you go into the depth, you find it is all mathematics. For example, today we talk about artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence is more than 90% mathematics. Because we also want to launch a undergrad program in AI, and we found out that we need to have a very strong mathematics program. Only then we can move to AI program. So similarly, labs forum, there are a lot of labs, so you can bring in the labs where you have the softwares, which you can undertake simulations, and you can guide them and educate them. Skills development I've already discussed, so these are the details which are shown over here. So we need to go for the certificate. As a thumb rule, it is just a suggestion that every student has to do and get at least one certificate in its 1 year of academic study at CASPAM. So if a person, a student, undergrad student, graduates after 4 years, he has to have at least 4 certificates. So 4 type of certificates. And an MPhil or MPhil student must undertake at least one certification. On a PhD, you may not be needing certification, but you will be developing courses to offer certifications. Similarly, coordination ke liye at the CASPAM level, you need to have very strong forum for all types of collaborations and coordinations. And with this, I come to the end of my talk. I think it was a big topic, and I understand that after that we'll have a plenary session, a discussion session. I am available for all types of questions and answers on that. And I would request all the honorable experts, participants to come up with the fruitful discussion, and also ask as many questions as you feel comfortable with. I am here to explain this concept. We are right now doing some work with the industry. We have successfully engaged the industry for the last 3 years. And now, mashallah, we have some achievement to share. And the industry is now with us, we can say comfortably. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your time.
Thank you so much, Dr. Syed Adnan Qasim, for an enlightening talk and for giving the clear idea to all of us and to the attendees as well to how can we work out the things further. We would like to hear more from you in the panel discussion. There are so many questions that we would be throwing in the panel discussion as well. Sir, please stay with us. We take a 5-minute break and we come back with the panel discussion. We would be having more panelists. Dr. Norma from Malaysia will join. She had a talk in the morning. And also Dr. Sadia Shakil from Institute of Space Technology. She will join us. She's already with us. We just set up the things and we come back to you. Thank you so much, sir.